So it's been nearly 2 years since the Attack on Titan anime ended with the final chapter special 2, and while the fans have been praising the series ever since it ended, there are those that do hate on it. But they are not the only ones criticizing Attack on Titan. Former editor-in-chief of Weekly Shonen Jump took a swipe at Attack on Titan during a press meet at Japan Expo 2025, claiming that despite its global buzz, the manga ultimately failed to have a lasting impact on sales. As reported by DB/Z, Torishima critiqued Attack on Titan for being complex and failing to engage readers long term. Quote, "Creating a character is a simple thing, even a child can do it," he stated. He cited his conversation with a German publisher who said Attack on Titan made a lot of noise while it aired, but its manga sales quickly fell off once the anime ended. In contrast, he highlighted Dragon Ball and Naruto as examples of manga that continue to sell consistently, even years after their anime adaptations concluded. Torishima also noted that both Dragon Ball and Naruto took readers on engaging journeys through the eyes of their main characters, and this was part of their undying appeal. In Dragon Ball and Naruto, readers experience the world through the characters' eyes, he explained. It's not so much about the story itself, but the fact that the reader is taken on a journey by the character. According to the former editor, the simple structure allowed both children and adults to be equally captivated with the story. He further emphasized his point using an interesting analogy. We drink Coke and Origina because they taste good, but when we are thirsty, we drink water. Torishima's philosophy was developed over the years of collaboration with Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama. He mentioned the pair's admiration for Tom and Jerry, which according to him was a prime example of effective and simple storytelling. "It's very simple, the cat chases the mouse, that's the story," he said. "You watch it for fun, but at the end there's nothing to learn." Torishima argued that manga should also strive for a similar goal, prioritizing the enjoyment of the reader rather than leaving a deep, lasting impression on them. The primary objective of a work, he stated, should be to create something a person would read for fun and retain nothing. Attack on Titan, on the other hand, was one of those works that had a complex and difficult storyline. Torishima felt that this would alienate the readers. Yikes, and there you have it, those are his words. And what do I think about it? I mostly disagree with everything he said, but I will agree on the fact that both Dragon Ball and Naruto still doing well after all these years in manga sales. The shows are mainly targeted towards a younger demographic, so naturally there will be more people checking out Naruto overall, whereas Attack on Titan, which is more R-rated and more of a seinen, younger fans just won't gravitate towards that as much. I think this is one of the reasons why the Jurassic Park/World series have never been R-rated. They have always stuck to the PG-13 format to bring in more people, families, children alike. If some of those movies were R-rated, would they be gaining the same box office numbers they have always had? R-rated movies on general never do as well in the box office compared to their PG-13 counterparts, because R-rated movies alienate an entire group of people because one, they are just too young to watch it, and two, families may be put off it by some of the more mature themes. Some families want to experience those movies together, and if they are R-rated, they aren't going to watch it. That's why the highest grossing movie of 2024 was a PG movie, Inside Out 2, because not only does it appeal to the generation of kids who grew up with it and are now teenagers, but also adults can also like the movie for what it is, and parents will take their kids to watch the movie as well. So going back to the whole Naruto, Dragon Ball, Attack on Titan debate, I do more or less agree with the fact that telling a simple story might just be enough for some people. Let's be honest, some people don't want to be challenged with their worldviews. They just want to turn their brains off and have fun and be entertained. I mean, look at One Piece recently, with the way some fans reacted to the Kuma backstory. While fans found the entire backstory to be incredibly emotional, thought-provoking, and very hard to watch at times, there are some fans complaining about it and saying that they want to go back back to the simple action shonen fight scenes. Heck, look at Solo Leveling, the one episode where there was some character growth and development and some emotional scenes became the most disliked episode in the entire season 2 of Solo Leveling. Dragon Ball is a pretty by the numbers type of story. Good guys fight bad guys, good guys lose, they have to go training, they rise up and fight the bad guys again and win. A very black and white type of story, very straightforward and by the numbers. Whereas Attack on Titan is a little bit more mature, it's not quite black and white, it's very grey. Are the bad guys as bad as we think they are, and are the good guys as good as we think they are? There are those that might find that challenging. However, despite all of that, I don't agree with the rest of his arguments. I hate the line, you watch it for fun, but at the end there's nothing to learn. Stories like that become more forgettable over time, and stories like Attack on Titan are always remembered because they challenge your mindset. And I do find it ironic that he said that manga should also strive for a similar goal, prioritizing the enjoyment of the reader rather than leaving a deep, lasting impression on them. But didn't he just say early on in the interview that Attack on Titan failed to engage readers long term? Dude, you just literally said that Attack on Titan more or less leaves a lasting impact on readers. Isn't that a good thing? And also, while I do love Dragon Ball Z, I do find it outrageous to compare Dragon Ball to Attack on Titan. No hate on Dragon Ball, I love it, but it is a simple story and pretty damn repetitive sometimes. Whereas Attack on Titan is always growing and changing, never staying the same. And in my opinion, isn't that what people want to watch? Isn't that what makes people continue to watch Attack on Titan? I mean, look at the amount of awards Attack on Titan has won over the years, breaking Crunchyroll time after time after time. Without Attack on Titan, there would be a lot of anime fans who wouldn't get into anime, including me. And the reason why Dragon Ball and Naruto are still being talked about today is because they are still continuing the story with Boruto and Dragon Ball Super. So of course you're still going to have people talk about it and buy the manga. But is that even a good thing? Milking the series until there is nothing left to milk? Running a story down into the ground until it becomes a shell of its former self? Attack on Titan knew when to end, and I think that's a good thing. Some of the greatest movies and TV shows of all time end, and there's nothing more after that, and I think that's great. I think stories should come to an end. I mean, look at Star Wars, for crying out loud. That brand was once a popular, beloved IP, mainly with the original trilogy, but when the creator was done with it and sold it, that IP has been milked to death, and it is a shell of its former self now. But what do you think of all of this? Do you agree or disagree with the weekly Shonen Jump editor of Dragon Ball? Tell me, like this video, subscribe for more Attack on Titan videos, DBZ videos, and Naruto videos, as well as other anime news updates, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings, and more. But thank you for watching, and as always, a boy do the view signing out.